everybody. I am Puppeteen from Comic Book Puppets, here to welcome you again to Classic Puppet Theater for Spider-Man Saturdays, as I'm now going to dub them. But before we get into this fantastic issue, let's go ahead, and a fantastic little pun there if you know what we're reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull up our cast.
Hey!
That's right. You know what? I was going to go with the person at my side first. We're going to go down first because he is back. He is back. Back in Zach. Yes.
Yay!
That's right. Hurricanes can't stop me. Frogs can't stop me. I'm the champ. Not really, but...
Not really. The frog stopped a bunch of you.
Yes, true. The frog has got a nice little collection of Zach heads, I'm sure, hanging up in the darkness up there.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about that on screen. But speaking of in the darkness, we have Froggy!
Come here! I'll stop you!
Oh, no, not again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Not on stream, Froggy!
Oh, not on stream? Okay, offline, I'll see you, Zach.
Oh, no.
All right, so I'm going to get out of here first.
I'll find you.
And of course, creepy little thing. And of course, that leading lady who also serves as our narrator, Maranya.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, yes. And now we have our full cast. It's good to be back, and we're ready to read some Spider-Man.
It's better than you having a half cast, you know?
The Fantastic Four.
Yeah. To start off, due to me actually running the stream, I'm going to turn off my camera for the reading. So
Thank you very much.
not very nice.
My eyes are safe now.
But let's go ahead and pull this on up.
Our ears are not, though.
No, your ears aren't. You're going to have to...
Yeah, you gotta separate Zach's voice.
Oh.
Right.
Jeez, why did I come back to this?
I don't know.
Because you're under
I don't know.
contract.
It's like a...
But-
it's
You
like
have a
going back to an
contract, you signed
abusive
it?
ex.
You signed in blood.
All right. Maranya, do you want to start us off?
Okay, for the cover, it had to happen. Sooner or later, Spider-Man was bound to battle Dr. Doom.
This is your finish, Spider-Man. If the Fantastic Four themselves could not stop me, what chance have you?
Dun, dun, dun.
The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 5.
Dance, puppet, dance. Sorry.
Marked for destruction by Dr. Doom. Spider-Man and the arch foe of the Fantastic Four, face to face for the first time. Featuring Peter Parker, alias Spider-Man, not Superman.
Or Palmer.
Or Palmer. The awesome Dr. Doom.
That giant forehead.
Yeah. J. Jonah Jameson and his secretary, Betty Brant. Featuring Flash Thompson, Liz Allen, and their assorted classmates. The other Spider-Man?
Can we just focus on where he's grabbing?
Or who's grabbing?
Mr. Doom?
We don't want to do that.
No.
The Iron Handshake. Crunch.
And the world's most fabulous super team, the Fantastic Four.
That's a giant four coming at us. No!
Reed Richards is elastic.
You can fade beside.
Johnny is the Human Torch.
And the Thing just loves to fight.
Here comes the four. Okay, now getting back to it.
Okay.
Never miss a chance to sing that song.
We have to do it. It's tradition.
It's in the contract.
It's in that contract, yeah.
Written by Stan Lee, drawn by S. Ditko, which I'm presuming is Steve.
Yes.
Who comes back? I rock back and forth.
Lettering by S. Rosen. I'm presuming that's also Sam Rosen. Okay, here we go. Have you ever noticed when you start reading a comic mag, they're called comic mags? Okay. The opening caption tells you that you're about to read the most exciting story ever written with the most dangerous menace and the most suspenseful plot. Well, we're going to try to be more honest. This may not be the greatest story ever written. You may have read about more exciting villains, and you may have thrilled to better plots. But you know something? We can't see how. This is you. This is JJ.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's his narration of it.
You are looking at one of the few candid action films ever taken of Spider-Man by a newsreel photographer. By now, the whole world knows of Spider-Man's existence, but the world doesn't know his true identity or his real motives. And that is what this program intends to investigate. Spider-Man, a force for good or evil? My name is J. Jonah Jameson, publisher of Now magazine and the Daily Bugle. I am sponsoring this program in the public interest to expose Spider-Man to the public as the menace he is.
Any TV show about the colorful Spider-Man is bound to attract a large audience. Even teenagers in a local bowling alley interrupt their game to view the program.
Boy, imagine Jameson sponsoring his own program just to attack Spider-Man.
I say that Spider-Man belongs behind bars.
Jameson's not so dumb. He's just getting good publicity for his mag by making all this fuss.
Yeah, personally, I think that Spider-Man's the coolest.
I mustn't say anything to make them suspect me. I'll talk against Spider-Man. You can't tell. Jameson might be right. Nobody really knows Spider-Man.
It's a cinch you don't, Pennywise. You probably faint if you ever got caught sight of him.
I would too, from sheer excitement.
What?
I'll bet he's real handsome under that silly mask of his.
Somebody get her a fan. Gwen Parker, get lost. You're in the wrong place anyhow. This is a bowling alley, not a knitting parlor.
That's it, Flash. Keep talking. One of these days you'll go too far and you'll never know what hits you. There's even a limit to Spider-Man's patience.
The makings of a villain's what if.
Yeah.
One of these days you're going to lose your legs and you're going to need my spider powers.
I already lost my legs.
But in another part of town, another listener hears Jameson's program. A strange and sinister listener.
My papers are offering $1,000 reward to anyone who can disclose Spider-Man's true identity.
Spider-Man, He may be just the one I've been seeking. Each time I attacked the Fantastic Four in the past, they have fought me to a standstill. Alone, I do not seem able to defeat them. But with one such as Spider-Man at my side, even the accursed quartet would not be able to save themselves from my wrath. Ordinary men tremble at the mention of my name. The entire civilized world fears the menace of Dr. Doom. And yet, in one respect, I have been foiled time and time again. No matter how perfectly I lay my plans, the Fantastic Four have always managed to frustrate me. I still remember our last party.
I guess I'll take...
Come back! You can't cheat me out of my revenge this way!
Ben, get hold of yourself. Sorry. Ben, get out of the way. I can still reach out and grab him. Ben, no! It's too late now, you dumb brick.
Swiftly, silently, the awesome form of the greatest menace of our age plummets earthward. down, 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 until it is lost from sight in the billowing clouds below.
And splat.
Once under cover of the clouds, the jet-powered flying belt I wore enabled me to glide to safety, to repair to a new lair where I could lick my wounds like a vanquished beast. But now, that is all behind me. Now it is time to strike again. With the aid of the imprisoned spider, I will transmit a message to Spider-Man using his own wavelength. In some strange way, he has the sensory powers of a spider, and so it was a simple matter for one of my genius to create this spider wave transmitter. Calling Spider-Man! Calling Spider-Man! I must contact you at once.
Meanwhile, at home, Peter Parker practices his agility with his web in the privacy of his room.
Boy, if the gang at the bowling alley could see me now.
Calling Spider-Man! Calling Spider-Man!
I can sense a message? Someone's trying to reach me. Who can it be?
It's Flash Thompson.
How could anyone have figured out a way to reach me through my spider sense? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, Chameleon did it in the first.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
haven't we done the song and dance? It's a simple matter. It's a simple matter for me to follow the sensory impulses to their source. Boy, it's great to be getting back into action again.
But perhaps Spider-Man would not be quite so enthusiastic if he knew who was waiting for him at his ultimate destination.
It should be child's play for me to persuade Spider-Man to join me against the Fantastic Four.
Wow, how is Doom the smartest person alive if he thinks that Spider-Man's going to team up with him? Anybody can see he's not a menace. And just look at Jonah Jameson. He's crazy, beyond crazy.
You're biased.
I'm not biased. I'm a frog. We see things that humans don't.
Well, I guess this is the place. Now to holy smoke! I know that guy anywhere. It's Dr. Doom. So it was you who tried to contact me, Doom. It would have to have been somebody with your talent, but why?
Spider-Man. Is it necessary for me to make your entrance quite so dramatic, my impetuous friend?
Of course. Didn't you see me with the Fantastic Four? Mister, from what I've read about you, you haven't got any friends. Impetuous or otherwise.
Friendship is for weaklings. What I offer you is power. Together we could rule the world.
Gee, Brain.
What?
Gee, Brain, what are we going to do tonight, Brain?
Narf.
Narf.
You're an outcast, the same as I. You dare not reveal your true identity, and yet right under your nose the Fantastic Four basks in the limelight, while you are shunned and hunted. I'll appeal to his sense of envy, of pride. Then, once he has served his purpose, I'll destroy him without a second thought.
Me team up with you? Huh. Man, wouldn't that be a gasser? Jonah Jameson would really have something to howl about then.
So you will do it. Speak. Give me your word.
Not so fast there, Tenhead. Sure, it's an amusing thought to kick around just between us. Might make for a good what-if story one day. But just between us, I need you like I need another nose. The answer is no, Buster.
I warn you, if you are not with me, then we are deadly foes.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Doc, you're scaring me plumb out of my wits. Here, chew on this hunk of web for a while. Blip. That'll keep you under wraps while I figure out what to do with you. Twit, twit, twit. Say, how come you're so quiet? Twit, so still. Cat got your tongue? Twit, twit.
You brazen fool, haven't you guessed yet?
I'm the real Doom.
Yes, it wasn't you at all. Just a robot. A dummy made up to resemble the real Doctor Doom.
Naturally. You are not fighting one of your usual insipid antagonists now, Spider-Man. Dr. Doom cannot be trapped so easily. But Spider-Man can. You didn't expect a trapdoor to open beneath your feet, did you?
Say, I'll bet you'd be a wow at a Coney Island funhouse. You didn't really think a feller with the reflexes of a spider is gonna tumble down a corny trapdoor, do ya?
Perhaps not. But for your sake, I hope you don't think you've escaped me already. The accident 20 years ago made a shambles on my face. Didn't affect my strength at all, as you can see.
Oof!
And I am not entirely without little weapons of my own, such as this most effective miniature finger gun.
Pew, 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 pew.
Nice try, Rattletrap, but I saw that coming seconds ago. I'll say so long for now, Doc. I don't make it a habit of being a human target for big bad villains. If I twist and turn just the right way, I'll miss the ledge below and land safely in the water. Looks like my hours of agility practice in my bedroom are really paying off.
And here's a what if. The splats hit the wrench dice.
He escaped me. Well, I'll let him go for now, but he shall still serve my purpose, only in a way he cannot possibly suspect. The first thing I shall do is learn Spider-Man's true identity. That will make it easier for me to capture him. And then, once I have him helpless, I'll use him to bait my deadly trap for the Fantastic Four.
Meanwhile, hundreds of feet below,
I hope that refugee from a nightmare factory doesn't think he's seen the last of me, because now I'm going to tackle him in earnest.
but by the time the colorful crusader reaches the roof,
Holy hell, what was that?
Room.
Doom was one step ahead of me. He blew up the deserted building before I could get back to him. He's probably miles away by now, planning his next move. Well, time it up for him later. I'll snap a few pics of the burning building. Old Skinflint Jameson may be willing to pay Peter Parker for them if they're exclusives.
Look, there's Spider-Man. Must have been him who blew up the building.
Just my luck. That crowd, something with the duck over it. That crowd sees me. Now I'll probably be blamed for the fire, too. Curse my eyes.
the next day at the offices of J. Jonah Jameson,
All right, Parker. I'll buy those pictures of the fire from you. But I really want pics of Spider-Man! I'd love to be able to pin this fire on him.
Here's my chance to needle the old windbag a little. I don't know, Mr. Jameson. People are beginning to say you attack him too much. They're beginning to wonder what your real motives are.
I think Parker is right, sir. I've heard some of our readers mention that they think you're jealous of Spider-Man for some reason.
Well, never knew I had an ally in JJ's secretary. And I never realized how pretty Betty Brant was either. Till now.
That's enough! I'm still the publisher here, and I'll decide our editorial policy. I
There'll be
have
no mental flirting.
I have only one real motive: to make money. The more I attack Spider-Man, the more people.
Is this Disney? The more I suck, the more money I'll get?
Sorry. 1 second. The more I attack Spider-Man, the more people read my papers. It's to our advantage to keep pounding away at that Corey costume clown. Everybody is interested in him. Whether they agree with me or not doesn't matter. Spider-Man sells papers. Understand?
Sure do, you big blustering phony.
A short time later, in another part of town. Boy, what a terrific gag this'll be. Poor Peter, he'll never get over it.
Where is Peter Parker? I want him. Bring him to me. Well, how did I look? Will Puny Parker fall for it?
Like a ton of bricks. Flash, you're a genius.
The gals did a great job on the costume. This'll teach our bookworm buddy to knock Spider-Man.
And so, our web of fate draws tighter. Now, back to the devious Dr. Doom.
And this is how Flash uses his legs.
There. I've
Spoiler.
There, I've devised an instrument which will react to Spider-Man's impulses the way a Geiger counter reacts to uranium. But all I need to do is scour the city until the dial registers positive, and I will have found Spider-Man's real identity. When one is a master of science, as I am, there is nothing which cannot be accomplished. Sooner or later, I shall eliminate all those who dare oppose Dr. Doom.
Not long afterwards.
There's Parker now. We gotta go tell Flash.
Bet you he'll jump clear out of his skin when he sees Spider-Man. This'll be the greatest gag of the century.
My device is beginning to register. I'm nearing my prey.
Bush, hurry! Parker's walking by along Front Street.
Okay, everything's set. You guys hide here somewhere, and I'll watch a free show. Parker'll be the laughstock of the school when I'm through with him. If he's too young to fight, this one will be a way to show him what we think of him. According to my... Oh, go ahead. That's your line.
According to my dial, the real Spider-Man is almost directly below me.
Wow, what's timing?
There he is! Strange, he's wearing his costume in broad daylight. Well, no matter. Within seconds, he'll be my helpless prisoner.
It's time to show myself to Parker now, and... Hey! What? What's this? What's going on?
He's seen me, but it's too late for him to stop me. I've planned this coup too carefully.
I like his cape.
Nice, that's a nice cape effect, yes.
It never goes down.
That is the power of Dr. Doom.
And as Peter Parker, the real Spider-Man, walks calmly by, wrapped in his own deep thoughts.
One burst of this fast-acting sleeping gas will do the trick silently.
And so, Dr. Doom makes his first careless mistake, not suspecting that his Geiger-like device had reacted to Peter Parker's presence rather than the imitation Spider-Man's.
Done.
Silent and deadly.
Oh no. Done. Now all that remains is to carry him back to the ship. It was even simpler than I had expected.
Hey man, you gotta pay for that.
It's strange that he should have been so easy to trap. Perhaps Spider-Man possesses less superpowers than people think.
Meanwhile, I don't get it. What's Flash waiting for?
Parker will be gone in another few seconds, bro.
Maybe something went wrong. Maybe Flash's costume tore or something. Gee, what a disappointment.
Yeah, Parker is.
Oh.
No, burn!
The torch isn't in this. No burns. Minutes later, after Pete has reached home,
Hey, Aunt May. What are you watching?
the Ed Sullivan Show, dear. I just saw the cleverest juggling act, and now he's going to have a chorus for some Midwestern college.
Say, what's wrong with the set?
I don't know. Oh dear, we just had it fixed last week. I hope it isn't the picture tube.
I think, Froggy, this would be you.
No, that's Doom.
No, that's an announcer, not him yet.
You sure it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand by. There is nothing wrong with your set's reception. Some strange force seems to be affecting all TV transmissions. At this time, stand by. Stand by. Error. Boom.
Boy, this is a new one.
You can see that again. We regret we're able to continue to continue our transmission. Our electrical power is being drained. Stand by. Stand by.
This is Dr. Doom.
Stand by.
No, stop. I have resorted to this drastic means to communicate with the Fantastic Four. I have a message of grave importance to them.
I cannot close my mouth on this mask.
As you can see, I hold Spider-Man, a helpless captive. Unless the Fantastic Four promise to disband and surrender to me, one at a time, Spider-Man will forfeit his life. I will wait exactly 1 hour for a reply.
That awful creature. Thank heavens his prisoner is only Spider-Man, who is probably as much a menace as Dr. Doom.
I don't get it. Who was that Joker in the Spider-Man costume? What's it all about? Is it some kind of trick? Bring, bring.
Peter, this is Liz. Something terrible has happened. Flash Thompson is missing. He had dressed in a Spider-Man costume last night to play a joke on somebody.
Aha.
Since you're Spider-Man, go save him.
I can guess who that somebody was. So that's who Dr. Doom is holding prisoner. My loudmouth bullying classmate.
He's not bullying, he's understood. Misunderstood, okay?
Sorry, Liz. Nothing I can do about it. Flash doesn't exactly head my list of favorite people after all, remember? What a break for me. The Fantastic Four will never agree to Doom's terms, so all I have to do is keep out of it, and Flash Thompson will never bother Peter Parker again. Things are finally starting to go my way.
Damn, that's dark.
Look at his face.
I know.
Yeah.
he's-
Look at my evil kid face. Wow.
Look at me, I'm evil.
What am I thinking? Who am I kidding? I could no more sit back and let any harm come to Thompson than I could swim to the moon. The real Spider-Man will have to go into action yet again. See you later, Aunt May. I have to go out on an errand.
Oh, Peter, no. You mustn't. Not tonight. I absolutely forbid it. You're still just a boy. And with all those terrible people roaming the city, Dr. Doom, Spider-Man, and heaven knows who else, I want you home where it's safe.
Okay, Aunt May. You know the doctor said you mustn't worry. Some superhero I am. I've got to find some way to get my aunt to let me out of the house. I'll just go down here and make sure the cellar windows are locked, Aunt May. Yeah, I'll be down here. I hate to do this, but it's the only way. If I remove the master fuse... There! The house is plunged in darkness. Wahaha. Of course, by using my spider sense, it's easy for me to find my way around without light.
Oh, Peter, the lights went out. We must have blown a fuse and there aren't any more in the house.
Oh, I know. Now I'll have to go out and get some new ones. Oh, darn.
But please be careful, dear, and hurry right back. Seconds later.
I certainly hate to deceive Aunt May, bless her, but there is no other way. A teenager's life is at stake, so I had no choice. Are we sure about that, though? Yeah, had no choice. I better give my equipment a fast safety check. Let's see. Plenty of web fluid. Spider-Man light beam is okay. That's important. Mask on securely. That's it. Now for Dr. Doom.
And at that very moment, at the famous skyscraper headquarters of the Fantastic Four, we don't have much more time, Reed. What are we going to do?
I guess we'll go the one to the right then. I don't know how these bubbles work.
Yeah.
You go ahead and take Reed. I'll take the thing and
No, I just wasn't sure which was next because usually it's really weird how they have it set up.
It
Yeah,
goes
it-
left, right on the top, and then left, right on the top, and then right, left on the bottom.
That's okay.
No,
Whoa.
no, it's left, right, left, right.
Oh, is it?
Really?
All right.
Well, Sue, we surely can't let any harm come to Spider-Man if we can help it.
Blasted amateurs, always gumming up the works.
Since when did you get a superhero union card thing, old pal?
Let's face it, you've struggled through one of the longest introductions you've ever read, but we think you'll find it well worth it because now the fireworks begin in earnest.
This was all an introduction?
We're only on page 13. My life's over.
This is where the movie title comes in? What?
Probably, yeah, like 12 minutes into the movie.
Act 3.
In order to break in on all network TV shows the way he did, Doom needed a tremendous amount of electrical power. So I've got to search for his hideout in areas where some enormous dynamos may be located. Once I'm near him, my spider instinct will do the rest. The telephone company installation is below me, but I don't sense any hostile presence down there. And here's the broadcasting company building, but still no trace of Laughing Boy. Heck, I've covered half the city by now without finding him. I've got to locate Doom before that hour is up. I ought to have my head examined for knocking myself out to rescue a guy who's my worst enemy, but hold on. I'm beginning to sense something. Good old spider sense. It hasn't failed me yet. I can feel the hostile emanations clear up from that abandoned factory below.
And within the silent, gloomy factory,
that's Flash.
Let me out of here, please. I'm not Spider-Man. You're making a big mistake. Honest. You got to believe me. You've got to. Because I'm not Spider-Man. Mommy!
Silence, you cringing, sniveling coward! The famous Spider-Man. Bah! You're nothing but a frightened weakling. But you will still enable me to gain my objective. The Fantastic Four, spurred on by their stupid gallantry, will not fail to attempt your rescue. And when they come, I shall defeat them completely, irrevocably.
Doom probably expects the FF to try to save his prisoner, so he must have a zillion traps prepared. But maybe I can throw him a curve by slithering down through this air vent, as only Spider-Man can do. And I did in the Baxter building in my first year.
I'm stuck.
It's a tight squeeze, but I think I can make it. Whew. This would be some spot for a guy to get claustrophobia.
and now settle back and prepare to witness the gall dangest, ding bustedest, rip snortingest super characters fight you ever seen.
Spider-Man? But you're my prisoner. Inside. How?
Correction, Doc. I'm the real Spider-Man. You've just captured yourself a phony Brand X in there.
If that's so, then you were a fool to place yourself in jeopardy again. This time I shall not allow you to escape.
That's funny. I was thinking the same thing about you. Nothing like a quickly built web column to act as a life-saving shield. And now, while I'm all comfy and cozy back here, I'll just spin myself a little weapon of my own. Here we are. Hope I didn't keep you waiting too long, Rustpot, but it takes a few seconds to make a web ball filled with web fluid. You've got to admit one thing, though. It's a great way to teach someone that it's not polite to point.
Yes, very clever, Spider-Man. You have temporarily put my finger blaster out of action.
Oh, that's not all I'm going to put out of action. Here's a little stunt inspired by the Human Torch, but I used web balls instead of fireballs.
I have found your juvenile antics mildly amusing until now. But
Go
I,
ball to the face.
I was just thinking that.
Web balls to the face. Oh my.
but I begin to grow bored, and so
How dare you strike my face with your balls?
Uh-oh. I
Oh,
sense
no.
danger above me. He's trying to lead me into a trap. Better build myself another shield for myself, and fast. Just in time. That falling liquid is turning into ice on contact. It might have frozen me solid. Well, a miss is as good as a mile. Ready to talk turkey yet, Doom?
on the contrary, Spider-Man, I want to thank you for acting as a guinea pig for me. I've been waiting to test out this little device for days now.
No, more balls. Iron globes revolving at great speed around a magnetic core. You sure have some interesting hobbies, Doc.
Wait, so
Boy!
wait, hold on. So Spider-Man showed him his balls. Now Doom's showing him his balls.
Mm-hmm.
Please stop.
I'm not the one who's doing it. They're showing each other their balls, and they're flying through the air. Continue. Diabolical.
More interesting than you suspect, braggart. You'll find your web cannot stop the irresistible motion of my little playthings. They are far too powerful.
Ooh.
Oh, they're whirling faster and faster. Can't dodge them much longer. Only one chance.
Get him.
I'll dive under them and shoot my web to the base of the spinning machine. It worked. It jammed up the mechanism. The balls are dropping. He's growing through puberty. Their power source is no longer propelling them. Ah, for the love of Pete. Doom doesn't give a guy a chance to catch his breath. Now he's got liquid fire shooting up from the floorboards. Boy, I'd sure hate to feel sorry for anybody who had to fight that walking rattletrap. If they didn't have the powers of Spider-Man, that is.
So you've swung over my heat rays out of harm's way, did you? Good. That's just where I want you.
And if this was a Netflix show, like presently, it'd be like, oh, somebody's been watching the Netflix show Hot Lava too much. Continue. You've ever seen that show? The game, the floor is lava. You can't touch the floor.
No.
Wow, you are sheltered. Even Zach's seen it
No, but I know of it.
in the game.
You outsmarted yourself that time. I tricked you into landing where you did, and now...
Uh-oh, the steel section of flooring I landed on. You've got it electrified. He's increasing the current. Can't take much more of it. It would have knocked out a normal human being by now. Luckily, I loaded up with plenty of web fluid before coming here. Go, web, go!
Fighting desperately to maintain consciousness, Spider-Man shoots out his awesome web, which carries with it the same electric current, which is weakening the desperate crime fighter. And as the web strikes the startled Dr. Doom, the same charge of electricity runs through his body, magnified many times by his metal garb.
Ugh, I'm caught in my own trap. Got to switch current off.
And then, after the electrical charge has been nullified,
Now we'll play it my way, Doom, without any of your kooky gadgets.
Not yet, Spider-Man. I am still in control here. Just in case you don't believe me, here's something to convince you.
Huh? Behind me? Who What? Mom? Dad? Oh,
No
the
con-
robot! What a fool I was! I forgot about it.
No consent.
Naturally, no one can match the thinking ability of Doctor Doom. And now, even though you are breaking free, it is too late. Even you will find no defense against this machine.
Before I worry about any new machines of yours, here's your playmate back, with my regards.
Donk. Still, you rely on brute strength, Spider-Man. That will be your undoing.
We'll see about that. My spider strength will enable me to smash your new gizmo by tossing your own satellite machine at it.
Not quite. Not if I can flip this lever first.
Holy smoke! His machine is some sort of disintegrator. It vaporized the metal on the spot. I don't have a chance against it. Well, I can't stand still and let it finish me. Maybe I can dive past the bolts and reach the control panel.
And then, as the deadly bolts from the awesome machine flicker around them, the two mighty foes battle for their lives.
Ugh! He's even stronger than I suspected.
Didn't you think I expected you to try that?
No one expects that.
No, or the Spanish Inquisition. That bolt! It struck you, but...
But what? Did you think I'd expose myself to my own weapon without taking precautions? I'm insulted against these bolts.
Insulated.
Yeah, insulated. Yeah, that didn't sound right. Insulated against these bolts. They cannot harm me.
These bolts
But
offend
you,
me.
alas, are not so insulated, as you are now about to learn.
It's unbelievable. He's like a human machine. He seems to be tireless. He's RoboCop. Another inch and I'm done for. Spider strength, if I ever needed you before, I need you now.
Exerting every last bit of power contained in a superhuman body, the amazing Spider-Man, executing one last maneuver, manages to twist suddenly so that both figures sprawl against the control panel, halting the deadly disintegrating bolts.
I did it!
But, on the verge of exhaustion due to his Herculean effort, Spider-Man cannot prevent his older, more experienced adversary from regaining his balance first and striking the initial blow.
This will be your finish, you clumsy fool.
Oof! My jaw. If I had a dime for every time some cornball predicted my finish, I'd... Hey, what now?
Have patience. These little flakes will soon end this battle for good.
He's got me on the defensive again. Something in those glowing flakes has affected my eyes. I can't see. I have to rely on my spider sense alone.
How did he manage to duck out of the way in time? Oh, I should have guessed. It's that accursed inhuman spider's sense of his.
My eyes are beginning to clear up. If I can just keep out of range for a few seconds longer.
You're only prolonging the agony, Spider-Man. You haven't a chance against me.
Hey, what's the... Oh, it's those iron balls from the satellite machine. I noticed them underfoot. I can't keep my balance.
And thus shall I defeat all my mortal enemies, including the Fantastic Four.
Why making them trip on my balls?
But at that fateful second, something outside a nearby window catches the eye of Dr. Doom, and...
No, it can't be. Not now. I'm not ready for them yet.
Were we supposed to call ahead?
It's the Fantastic Car with the Fantastic Four inside. They have found me. I can't fight them and Spider-Man, not at the same time. Alas, the luck
Another few seconds and I'd have finished off Spider-Man forever. Well, at least I've prepared a getaway exit for myself. As for Spider-Man, he can wait. There's always another day.
I can see again, but Doom is cutting out. Why? So that's it. It's the Fantastic Four, just like the cavalry in a TV Western. Well, their eyes will sure pop when they realize I found Doom first. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered Aunt May. I left her alone at home, and she's probably beside herself with worry about me by now.
According to our sensor probe dial, this is the place.
Skip the double talk. The scientific double talk, Skinny. Let's go get him.
Poor Aunt May. Can't waste a second. Gotta rush home.
Meanwhile, in Dr. Doom's now abandoned hideout, Flash Thompson finds himself free since the electronic circuits have been destroyed.
Dr. Doom, he's gone. I don't know what happened, but I'm still in one piece. What a lunkhead. I was addressed to all as Spider-Man. If I ever get out of here alive, I'll never ask for trouble again.
Liar. Look, it's Spider-Man.
Grab him.
Oh, hey, hold on. Huh? Wait, don't!
Hold it, thing. I've seen Spider-Man in close-up. This guy doesn't even have a reasonable facsimile.
You mean we went to all this trouble for a nobody? Then how about me leaning on him just a little?
Put him down, Ben. The poor boy looks terrified.
Lots of pieces of webbing around. I suspect the real Spider-Man was here. I must keep this for samples, along with my mold and fungus.
And on the other side of town,
Aunt May! She doesn't answer. Oh gosh, if anything's happened to her.
here I am, Peter. I got nervous in the house alone, so I went next door to stay with our neighbors. Did you get the fuses, dear?
Oh no. I forgot. Well, I'll tell her I was too scared to walk down the streets alone. For an hour, I was too scared to walk down the streets alone.
The next day, at the office of Jane Jonah Jameson.
Some great news photographer you are, Parker. Last night, a teenager named Flash Thompson escaped from Dr. Doom. The Fantastic Four found Doom's hideout, but they must have scared him away. And not one measly photo from you?
Oh, gee, Mr. Jameson, I'm awfully sorry. I was home last night. I've got to sleep sometime.
Don't feel too badly, Peter. I may only be JJ's secretary, but I think you're wonderful.
Get out of here, you lovebirds!
The next day,
Get a haircut like a real man.
Gosh, I never realized that Betty felt that way about me. As a matter of fact, I never realized how I felt about her either.
It's still you.
Oh, is that still me?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
still you.
sorry about that. I thought that was one of the kids up there. Say, look at the crowd of kids. Well, at least this is one time I won't have to listen to Flash ribbing me. He must be the most embarrassed kid in school by now.
wow, tell us more, Flash.
Naturally, I wasn't scared of that crumb Dr. Doom. He couldn't keep me a prisoner for long. When he saw I escaped, he was so worried that he ran off before I could get my mitts on him.
Gosh, Flash, this will really make you the B-mock around here.
B-Mock, big man on campus. Why so gloomy looking, Peter? Although I suppose I shouldn't blame you for being jealous of a real He-Man like Flash.
I might as well face it. I've got nothing but luck, and it's all bad.
Wow, wow,
I wouldn't say that. You've got an older woman crushing on you.
Not that much older.
Not that much
Just a
older.
little bit.
Just a little bit, though.
Yeah, maybe.
It's like if you're a freshman and you have a girlfriend who's a senior. It's that kind of.
He's a horrible nephew.
Thanks to your overwhelming response to Peter Parker's offbeat adventures, Spider-Man is now published monthly. Yay! Don't be a Johnny-come-lately. Reserve your copy of the sensational issue number 6 at your news dealer now. You won't want to miss the new supervillains, super adventures, and super surprises in store for you. The end.
Yeah, I was gonna say did you notice the little "the end" up there
Yeah,
in the corner?
it's on his sleeve. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
You know, after that, there's actually 2 pages of letters dedicated to praising, especially issue 3 of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I really, just looking at those older books, and you get into the letter page at the end, you get a warm feeling inside.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, what's cool about these? Sometimes you see future writers on there. Forget what book you're reading, and you saw Mike Barron leave a comment in one of the things editorials.
Yes, I was reading. I was reading Master of Kung Fu, and Mike Barron indeed was praising a 2-part story that was fan-freaking-tastic. Might have to do a reading of some Shang-Chi here soon. Mm-hmm. But that about does it. Well, if you do that, then we're going to have to.
Kung Fu Hopper.
But I think that about does it here for us here at Comic Book Puppets. I want to thank you so much for watching. We also want to remind you to leave a like and leave a comment. Let us know. Did you enjoy the book? Did you enjoy our performance of the book? Go ahead. Let us know. And also, make sure you're subscribed. We're trying to build up a base here. We need your help. If you don't let the YouTube keep the puppets down.
Ooh.
Zach, behave.
That's right. Well,
He made me do it. He made me do it.
No, he didn't.
He's the puppet master.
I am deeply disturbed. But I am also
Dance, puppet, dance.
I'm going to have to. I will turn this stream around.
That's my job.
Which stream is this to read? You mean?
Well, you're the only one. You're the only one out of all of us allowed to drive.
Hey.
Pretty much, yes.
I can reach the pedals with my hands.
But then you can't see the windshield.
It's like Toy Story. You got one toy on one puppet on the pedals and one on the dashboard.
Stop, go.
Anyway.
And away we go.
Thank you so much for watching one last time from all of us here at Comic Book Puppets, and we will see you next time. Bye!
Bye!